Live from the local station, this is Weather Authority Weekday.
Hey there, good Friday morning. I am meteorologist Michelle McCormick. Welcome to the Weather Authority Weekday Show, and we got a lot to cover today. Not only are we talking about your weekend forecast locally, we're talking about, you got it, the tropics. So after a pretty slow start to the 2025 hurricane season, and we hit the peak around September 10th, we've now seen a lot of activity just over the past week between Hurricane Gabrielle, now we have Hurricane Alberto, and we have Invest 94 still trying to make an impact on our tropical season. All right, let's take this full screen and let me walk you through what we're looking at here. All right, tropical weather outlook. So to the very far right of your screen, that's Alberto. We'll get there in a moment, Category 1 storm. But where you see the L circulating in a counterclockwise motion, that's the area of Invest 94. Now, this area is kind of a disorganized cluster of storms that's trying to organize. It's a tropical wave. It's located near Hispaniola, the Turks and Caicos, eastern Cuba. And this area of low pressure is expected to form sometime later on tonight into tomorrow and move into the Bahamas. So over the weekend, if you have interest in the Bahamas, you definitely want to check ahead. So I'm going to put this into motion. And by Monday morning, we're expecting this wave or this tropical depression, which will be Imelda, to be off the coast of Florida, staying well to our east. Initially, that is what all the areas along the east coast of Florida are saying, from Miami through Melbourne up into the Jacksonville National Weather Service. We're expected to be on the dry, calm side of this storm system, whether it's a tropical depression, a tropical storm, or even a hurricane. Eyes are on coastal Carolina and bringing with it a lot of rain in the next 120 or so hours. So, of course, we're going to continue to keep a very close eye on this. What this means for us is coastal hazards, more like a nor'easter. So this could mean heavy winds, this could mean high rip current risks and swells. But if you also look in here and look to the right, you still see the hurricane out there, Hurricane Alberto, expected to become a major hurricane over the next several days. So first off, let's look at the models and kind of corroborate what I was just saying. Most of the model, thank you, producer Francine, for fixing my grammar. I do so appreciate you. The spaghetti models at this time, even though it's still an invest, showing area of development over the Caribbean Sea into the Bahamas, and with a pretty much straight line east of the coast of Florida. All right, Hurricane Alberto became a Category 1 storm at 5 a.m. Friday morning. And as we watch its path, it is just crawling along here in the Atlantic, moving northwest at 3 miles per hour, barely any forward motion whatsoever, but expected to become a major hurricane as early as Saturday into Sunday morning, a Cat 4, and being off the coast of Jacksonville by Tuesday morning. Again, bringing swells to our coast, high rip current risks, and gusty conditions. Here's a look at the satellite view starting as early as 4:30 this morning and putting it into motion. You can see that Category 1 storm is forming an eye wall. Look at that right there. Boom. All right, let's roll it in again. Boom. Eye wall. Yeah. That's what we like to see. If they're going to call it a Category 1 storm, let's see an eye wall, right? There it is. All right, now the further left system is the wave, of course, bringing a lot of heavy rains into the Dominican Republic, Haiti, as far as the eastern part of Cuba, and then moving into the Caribbean. So that's what we're continuing to watch. All right, here's a look at Jacksonville Beach from our beach cam. Beautiful day so far at the beach, right here at the pier. The Loggerhead surfing contest happening here. That's what all the tents are. It's quite an event. It looks a little flat at the moment, but always, if you're looking for something to do on the beach, that's a good place to go check out some pretty fantastical surfing. All right, current temperature is 83 degrees. It's humid out today too. We're feeling it today. This will likely be the last summer-like day that we have in our forecast for quite some time. Man, it's been a week of fall, and all it's felt like is summer across our entire area, with temperatures in the low 90s, with the feels like temperature in the high 90s to 100-degree range. All right, cloud and radar forecast. So your pretty day is going to turn somewhat cloudy and rainy by the early afternoon. By about 2 o'clock, we're expecting our rain showers to start moving in from west, moving to the east, along with a frontal boundary dropping through the southeastern part of Georgia. Now, this will stall. And when a frontal boundary stalls, it just adds to the fuel of the rainy conditions that we have across our area. And this is what we're looking like at 4:45. So afternoon commute could be a wet one for some folks. And then moving into your evening plans, Friday night lights. I know it's football Friday across most of our area high schools. It could be a rainy one. So pack a poncho, just make sure you're taken care of. Bring an umbrella if you can outdoors to those outdoor stadiums across our area. Can't rule out heavy downpours at times with some gusty winds in St. Johns County. It looks like there at 8 o'clock tonight, possibility of even some light hail. Richard will be filling you in on all things this afternoon beginning at 2 o'clock with all the latest updates on your afternoon as well as your tropics. But going into Saturday, kind of a hit or miss with some partly cloudy skies, maybe some sunshine here or there and some rainy conditions going into your Saturday. We're below where we should be for rain for the month of September. All right, now check out what happens here. Sunday at 3 o'clock, if you look offshore into the ocean, it looks very active. This is what we're seeing as far as the Invest 94, maybe even Tropical Storm Imelda, starting to materialize off our coast. And with it will come some northeasterly winds. So I'm going to show you the wind gusts that are projected. So for today, we're looking even at winds in the gusty winds of 20 mile per hour range going into Sunday. Check it out. All right, it's going to stop. Monday morning, 5:15. Gusts at the beach of Mayport in the mid-20s. As we go through Monday and the storm remains offshore, our gusts increase. And at some point, we might even see 30 mile per hour gusts if that track holds. We won't have a true track for this until it's a depression, even into a storm. So right now, the area of development is that red area, but a true track and a true track of where this potential wave is going won't come out until we have more information from the National Hurricane Center, possibly at 11 o'clock when we will update you again. So let's go through the wave forecast over the next several days. We'll go from a moderate rip current risk likely to a high rip current risk over the weekends, possibly Sunday into Monday, as our waves really do start to increase as that system moves closer to the east coast of Florida. We want it to stay further east. Any movement to the west could change our forecast a lot. For today, though, we're looking for highs in the low 90s, upper 80s for folks. But I think for the majority of us, we will see these low 90-degree weather temperatures for the last time, maybe for the last time, because it's fall and we would like our fall temperatures to return. That would be right around 86 as our average for this time of year. All right, get the ponchos ready, get the umbrellas ready, the raincoats, the rain boots, just in case a rainstorm comes your way while you're out enjoying your favorite high school football. Temperatures tonight in the upper 60s inland, low 70s. Everywhere else we could see patchy fog in spots, especially where lingering storms are overnight. So here's your 7-day forecast. Again, this is likely one of the last days we may see in the year in that 90-degree range. We've had 100 and probably 12 days of 90-degree weather so far. The record for a year is 114 days at or above 90 degrees as your high temperature. That was set in 2011. In 1990, we had 111, and we've already tied that for the second most days at or above 90 degrees as your high temperature so far this year of 2025 since January. All right, this is your 7-day forecast, and Monday looks to be a day that we really want to make sure we're diligent about. Now's a good time to check your hurricane supplies. Just make sure your stuff's in order. Make sure your hurricane plans are still relevant, and we're not making any predictions that it's coming our way, but we would be remiss not to keep you up to date and warn you about what could happen. One step, one turn to the west could impact our weather greatly. So we are keeping you up to date always. We'll update you again at 11 o'clock this morning on air, online, actually online on our News4JAX Plus channel. So make sure you tune in again at 11 when we have the latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center. I'm meteorologist Michelle McCormick. Thank you again for tuning in to the Weather Authority weekday show, and we'll see you back here in just a little bit.
See why every day more people are choosing News4JAX, Northeast Florida and South Georgia's #1 source for local news.